guys, how are you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, I'm so happy to have you here. So, guys, today we're going to talk about something very interesting and educative at once. If you are intend to study in Romania or you already applied and waiting for your admission, I'm waiting for you. But it's important for you to know the cost of living. This would enable you plan towards coming here. I've done this video, I think, 2 times, but I think it's important for me to also do it because people have been requesting for this an updated version because Romania has joined Schengen rather, and it means that the cost of living would increase. It's normal. So in this video, we're going to break down everything. So whether you want to live in the student dorm, I'm going to break that down, and if you want to also live in an apartment, maybe share with your friend, I'm going to break that down, and so you can see like the cost of living. Maybe in another video, if you request for it, I will do a breakdown of the benefits you would get in a student dorm and in a shared apartment in Romania. So if you are interested, why don't you keep watching? Let's dive right into the video. We're going to start with accommodation, and I'm just going to be comparing what it means for you to be in a low budget and middle budget, if we call it like that, or private renting your own place. We're gonna start with the accommodation first. There are options of you to rent in the school hostel, which is a school dormitory, and the price should be around 80 to 120 euros per month. And the good thing about this is that you don't necessarily need to pay bills anymore because everything just is together with the rent. You don't need to pay for water, for light, for gas, or all those bills that come with living in apartment. Everything is sorted in the school hostel, so you can use the water as much as you want. You're not scared of that your water bill would increase in the next month. That's one benefit when it comes to the private dormitory. you know and if there's it's electric cooker, so it's not gas, so there's no gas. You don't bring in a gas, you just need to buy an induction pot because it's not all the pots that work with the electric cooker. And when we compare that to the private hostels, and another thing is that it depends on the city. So when it comes to the school dorms, it's like the same range. Wherever it is like 80 to 120. It's like literally almost the same price. But for the private accommodation, the apartment rather, it depends on the city. So when we look at cities like Bucharest, it's very expensive compared to cities like Oradea and other cities. So what we're looking at, something around 250 to 400. That's dependent. So let's say in you can find a studio apartment for 250 depending on the city, and 400, let's say a two-room apartment, or it could be more expensive depending on the city. But let's say if you have like 250 to 400, you should find something good. And bear in mind that this is just the rent. This is just the rent. You're still going to pay bills for the water, for the electricity, for your gas, and the rest of them. So if you have like, let's say, 50 to 100 euros, depending, most times it can be more expensive depending on where you are living. We have like the old apartment which accumulate more energy, so the bills are higher and the rents are cheaper. While the new apartment, they accumulate less energy, you don't have much bills you are paying, but the rent is more expensive. So it depends on the city. The next one we're going to be looking at is food. Food. Food is very important. It's very important for a student. And if you cook at home, so let's say you can use like 100 to 150 euros if you are someone that cooks. So you can go to the shop, you can just to buy monthly, you can just to buy weekly or 2 weeks, whichever way works for you. But 100 to 150 euros should be enough for you. But if you're someone that eats out every time, I'm telling you, you're going to go broke easily. That means you're going to either go broke or you're going to spend more. Because if you want to eat out occasionally, you can be spending from 20 to 40. It was depending on the kind of restaurant you're eating. If it's a fancy restaurant, it's going to be more expensive, obviously, and the drink and the rest of them. So if you put that into your budget, you will know that you were going to be spending more than 150 euros in a month. And obviously, you can buy like snacks, maybe, or in very not so fancy street restaurants for like 5 to 10 euros to eat. But even if you buy food for 5 euros for 30 days or 31 days, you know how much it is. So it's going to be quite a lot. So for me, I advise for students to just cook at home. Cook at home. If it's better for you to eat out, rarely, 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 like rarely eat out, just cook at home, make your meals at home. You're going to save a lot of money. I, for one, I don't eat out. I rarely eat out. I only eat out when it's important. I need to go out with friends. Apart from that, I'm cooking all my meals at home. So I encourage you to eat out. It would save to eat in sorry, eat at home. It would save you a lot of money. Another thing you can do is also compare the prices in the grocery stores. We have a lot of grocery stores here like Kaufland, Lidl, Carrefour. Is it Carrefour or Carrefour? I don't know how it's pronounced. People pronounce it differently. You can also compare the prices and know the place that sell like cheaper things, and then you can buy things in those stores. I do it a lot. I know where to buy this one from. I know where to buy this, and this is going to save you a lot of money. So compare prices. Don't just like they tell you the price, just like take it and go. Like compare price. It will save you a lot of money. Next thing we're going to be talking about is transportation. So for a monthly pass, which should cost around like 10 euros for students. Bear in mind that Romania do not use euros; they use RON. But I'm using euros because something that is used everywhere in Europe, and it's easy for you to understand what I'm saying. You can have like an understanding of it when I use euros. If I use RON, you would not know the money if you were not in Romania. So let's say for like 10 euros should be enough for you to find your monthly pass. And when you get your monthly pass, the good thing is that you can use it as many times as you want to in that month. So even if you're going back and forth 20 times or 30 times in a day, nobody's going to stop you. Your card is going to be valid enough for you to go and do anything you want to do during that month. But if you're going to use taxis, it's going to be more expensive, obviously. So if you're using if you're using taxi, you're going to spend so much more, so much more. I don't know how much you're going to spend, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to even spend more than 100 euros if you're using taxis every time because it's expensive with the taxi. I think what I suggest is that you can use taxis, but once in a while, not all the time. Try as much as possible to use the public transport, and they're good, So why not just wake up early, catch a bus, and get to your destination? The next thing we're going to talk about is the internet. I'm going to explain it. So you're living in the school dorm in the school is going to already provide internet and Wi-Fi for you in the school. So you can use that to connect to your larger devices like your PC, your tablets, and the rest of it. And then you can buy a SIM, which your network provider would give you a contract, or you can pay prepaid. Prepaid means that you're going to pay each month. But not each month, whenever it finishes, but when it's a contract, it just renews each month. And for the contract, it's usually cheaper. It's better. The one I'm using is even less than 5 euros. I'm using DG, and which is good. I recommend it if you're a student and you have your resident permit. You can get a contract with them for I think a year or so. I don't know. I've forgotten. And it's good. I pay like less than 5 euros, which is good. It's so good. It's a good side. I recommend it. Like Digi, people should pay me for this PR I'm doing for you guys. So Digi is very good. I recommend that. But you can use Orange. When I came initially, I was using Orange. I haven't used Vodafone. I think I have. I can't remember, but I'm using DG, which is very good. So you can use that in less than 5 euros, but you can also use other ones, which is let's say for maximum 10 euros. And if you're living in an apartment, obviously you would need to buy an internet for your home, which is not so expensive. Let's say 7 to 10 euros, you should get one to connect your smart TV, your devices to and whatever you have at home, or maybe on your phone too. And same for the phone bill; it doesn't change whether you're living in accommodation or in an apartment or in a school dorm. So it's the same. So at the end of the day, it just depends on where you are. You can also choose to live in an apartment and you don't get the internet. It's your choice. So, and then we're going to talk about other expenses, which like your school supply. The school usually provide soft copies of the materials online in the school website. So you can choose to print them and have them in hard copies if you love to read hard copies. If you love to read soft copy like me, my dear, you can read it on your device, your PC, or your tablet, whichever one works for you. The most important thing is that you are reading and you're passing exams. Other things like your personal care, clothing, haircut, all those things. It could depends. For guys, you can cut your hair for like 20 euros, maybe to 40 euros. You need to buy some clothes, other things you need to just plan yourself. Because sometimes if it's in the so not sometimes if it's in the winter, you obviously need to get winter clothes. If the summer, you need to get summer clothes. And yeah, and one thing here is that when the next summer, all your clothes, it feels like, wait, what's wrong with my clothes? But these are things you should also put into consideration. If you love to go to the gym, good one. So you need to pay. I think it depends on the gym too. Let's say like 50 to 100 euros, depending on where you're going. On the gym you're going to, the gym I usually go to, I pay like 50 something euros. It's not up to 60 euros actually. It's like 50. I think 50 euros. Yeah, I think I pay 50 euros. So you can go for one that is less, or you can go for one that is more, depending on your preference. And at the end of the day, when it comes to your cost of living, it really boils down to your budget. And what I'm doing here is just to give you an estimate of what you can use in a month. It's not like it's definite. If you're someone that spends a lot, you might use more. And if you're someone that is very, very prudent in your spending, you might actually use less. By the end of the day, if you're a student and you're living in a budget lifestyle, you're going to be spending like, let's say, 350 to 250 to 350 euros in a month. It could be less, it could be more, depending on what you spend in that month. In a month, for instance, that you eat out more, obviously you're going to spend more, or you use the boat or taxi or Uber more, you're going to spend more. And if you're living in a private accommodation, you should be looking at spending like 500 to 800 euros, depending on where you're staying. If you are staying with a friend, let's say you're staying with a friend, you're going to like save a lot of money. Like for me, my rent is 350 euros, and I stay in a 3 bedroom apartment with my friend, in a 3 bedroom apartment with my friend. And we have like a 2 rooms rather, and a parlor, and we pay 350, which is like good for us. And I'm living in Romania. In other cities, this kind of place might be, it would not even mind. In bigger cities like Bucharest, obviously, you cannot find this kind of thing. And my apartment is very comfy and very good. So at the end of the day, it depends on your taste and where you are at the moment. When I came recently to Romania, obviously, I wasn't in an apartment. I was in the hostel for like, I think, 2 to 3 years. So it also depends on where you are. And yeah, so as you grow, you would get to learn more and also plan what you need to do. So guys, this is the end of my video. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If there's any other video you want me to make, let me know too. If you want me to talk about how to find a job and the kind of part-times that job that you can get in Romania and the prices, let me know in the comment section, and hope to see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Dima signing out.